Students, in today's class of control systems, we will talk about the DC servo motor. So, what is a DC servo motor? It is a DC motor working on the servo mechanism principle is called as a DC servo motor. Usually, we have seen some motors which are working on the DC servo mechanism. So, what is a servo mechanism? Suppose you want to control a motor speed or a motor, suppose some precision control you want over a motor, then you can use a servo mechanism like you have seen in robots, and also you have seen in CD players, as well as you might be seeing in some automatic control systems, where the control system is used for just making the motor to rotate, or just motor it is lift the heavy load upon some direction, like we have seen in elevators also we can see, and also in the some lifts you will be seeing that particular servo motors. So, a DC motor which working on the servo motor or servo mechanism principle is called as a DC servo motor. Okay. We will see a DC servo motor, transfer function of a DC servo motor. What is a DC servo motor? It has two types of speed control, armature control method and speed control method. We will see here about the armature control method of a DC motor. As name is there, armature control method, the field control or the flux control is a constant there. As we have already seen that Vf is equal to constant, the field voltage is kept constant here, and this represents the motor diagram where the Va is the input voltage given, where Va is the input voltage given to it. If you are applying here, this is the motor M, and in motor there will be Ra and La, the resistance and inductances. So, you are representing the diagram that it is a theta, nothing but the motor rotation, where the load is connected here. Load is connected, and you are having the load connected shown by this block. So, if you see here, Ra is the armature resistance, La is the armature inductance, Ia is the armature current, and Va is equals to armature voltage, Eb is the back EMF. As we know that the back EMF is present in the motor. While operating the motor, we will be getting the back EMF. Okay. Now, we will see here some more constant, that is torque constant. What is torque constant? It is nothing but when a DC motor is operating, torque is proportional to the armature current. Torque is proportional to the armature current. As we have seen here, VA, the IA is given to the system or a motor. That motor will take the armature current, and if it is taking the armature current, then it has some rotation theta. It has some angular displacement of the shaft. So, this angular displacement of the shaft, and here some B is there, that is called as frictional coefficient, whereas the motor will be having some friction. So, overcoming that friction, some torque force is applied, and therefore, we can have that equation here. So, we can also draw this particular diagram into a equivalent circuit of electrical form. We can write that. That is, we can write here a resistance Ra, and this is La is the inductance that is present in the motor winding, as well as this is the back EMF produced in the motor. So, this is the circuit of a motor where armature voltage is given. You can see this circuit and you can compare this one, where Eb is represented by a voltage source, and because back EMF is produced in the motor, and Ia Ra is nothing but the voltage drop, and L into di by dt is nothing but the voltage drop across the inductance. So, the torque of a DC motor is proportional to the product of flux and current. Since flux is constant, the torque is proportional to armature current. As I already said that torque is proportional to the armature current. Therefore, we can write torque is equals to Kt into Ia, where Kt is nothing but the torque constant, So, we have here this equation that is representing as torque T is proportional to Ia. Okay. As we have written the torque equation here, we can also write the equation using KVL for this circuit. For this circuit, we can write the equation. So, how to write this equation? By applying KVL. Applying KVL here. So, we can name it as 1, and after applying the KVL to the above figure, the equation becomes here Va is equals to Ia Ra plus L into di by dt plus Eb. Va is equals to IARA plus L into di by dt plus EB, where EB is the back EMF. This one we can name it as 2. Okay. As we have discussed about this equation 1 and 2 already, now the mechanical system of a motor is given by this particular diagram here. So it is theta and it is T, torque, and J is the moment of inertia, and this is the dashpot here ensuring the friction coefficient B. The differential equation governing the mechanical system of this motor, if is given, then the mechanical system of the motor can be written in this way, that is J into d square theta by dt square plus B into d theta by dt, where theta is the angular displacement. J into d square theta by dt square plus B into d theta by dt, the derivative of the angular displacement, that is equals to T, torque. If you want torque equation in the mechanical system, you can write this equation. Then the back EMF of a DC motor is proportional to the speed. Actually it is the angular velocity here, angular velocity in the mechanical system. We call it as the angular velocity of the shaft. Okay, angular velocity of the shaft is called as speed, and the back EMF of a DC motor is proportional to the speed here. So EB is proportional to d theta by dt. Here EB is proportional to d theta by dt, and therefore EB after removing the proportionality is equals to kb into d theta by dt. That is represented as the equation number 4. So we have here equation 3, that is J into d square theta by dt square plus B into d theta by dt is equals to T. And here the fourth equation, where back EMF is represented in terms of d theta by dt. Now the differential equations governing armature control of a DC motor speed control are given in this way. So when you have seen that the electrical circuit of a DC motor, IARA plus LA into DIA by dt plus EB is equals to VA is the equation given. Now from this equation already we have got 4 equations. So we can write T is equals to KT into IA also. We have a first equation that was written as torque is equals to KT into IA, and J into d square theta by dt square plus B into d theta by dt is equals to T. From these 2 equations and this one EB is equals to KB into d theta by dt, all these equations what we have written already. Now we will take these equations to a Laplace transform. By taking the Laplace transform of the above equations, these above equations with zero initial conditions, as we have to take the zero initial conditions for deriving the transfer function, we will be taking here IA of S. This is IA of S applying Laplace transform here, and RA, IA of S into RA plus LAS, because after applying Laplace to the L, it becomes LAS, and it is DIA by dt is nothing but IAS. Why? Because LA is written constant like that only, and here DIA by dt is written as S into IAS. As we have learned already, if DIA by dt is made Laplace, it becomes S into IAS plus back EMF. Back EMF is EB of S. And here VA of S is the 5th equation. Now if you see the torque, applying Laplace transform torque equation, T is equals to KT into IA, it becomes T of S is equals to KT into IA of S. And the 7th equation is JS square theta S plus BS theta S is equal to T of S. So this is the mechanical equation. Already we have written the mechanical form of this motor. And then we can just write it as a Laplace transform equation, JS square theta S plus BS theta of S, and this is equals to TS. So after we do Laplace transform for d theta by dt, it becomes S into theta of S, as it has become here LA into di by dt. After making Laplace transform, it has become LA into S into IA of S, like that only. Here BS into theta of S. Okay. So we got the torque equation T of S, right? And the last one is EB of S is equals to KB S theta of S. Back EMF equation also here written KB into d theta by dt. So d theta by dt Laplace transform S into theta of S. So this is the 8th equation here. Okay. Like that, after getting all the equations in Laplace transform, we can make it to a transfer function. As we have proceeded up to now, and we will now go for the equation 6 and 8. On equating the equation number 6 and equation number 8, we will say that we get that KT into A of S is equals to JS square plus BS into theta of S. JS square plus BS bracket theta of S. Okay. So we can say that by equating these two equations 6 and 8 as already derived 6 and 8 kt into A of s is equals to j square plus bs into theta of s. So from that what we do is we are taking this Ia of s. Ia of s is equals to j square plus bs by kt, we are sending kt this side into theta of s. So this may be written as equation number 9. After writing equation number 9 we go for the equation 5 again. What we have written that is Ra plus SLA into Ia of s plus Eb of s is equals to Va into s. So we will be just writing that equation here and substituting for EBS and IAS from 8 and 9. As we have now seen the equations that equation 8 and 9 are going to be substituted in the particular equation that is given here, Ra plus SLA into Ia of s plus Eb of s is equals to Va into s. So we will substitute the particular 8 and 9 equations in this equation. In equation number 10 we will substituting. After substituting this equation in equation number 10, the 8 and 9 equations, the 9th equation is this one and 8th equation already we have derived. We are substituting this 8 and 9 in the 10th equation where it has been rewritten from 5th equation. Okay, Ra plus SLA into j square plus bs by kt in theta of s plus kb into s, theta of s is equals to Va of s. So if you make it, the equation is not complete yet here. If you are making this equation complete one, then after making the equation written in this form, what we are having here is plus and here also we are multiplying, and therefore we get the equation Ra plus SLA into j square plus bs plus kb into kt into s by kt. Theta of s is equals to Va of s. What is Va of s? It is the armature voltage. Now we will see that what is the transfer function actually. Transfer function is theta s by Va of s, theta s by Va of s, and therefore we can write theta s by theta of s is equals to Va of s. So theta of s by Va of s is equals to kt by Ra plus SLA into j square plus bs plus kb kt into s, what is written as a denominator here. Now if you go for the transfer function of the armature control of a DC motor, it can be written as kt by Ra plus into SLA by Ra plus 1. We are taking common here Ra. Removing Ra here common, it will become the equation in the bracket this one, and if removing Bs here 1 plus j square by Bs and plus kb kt ks. Why you are removing here Ra and Bs as the common terms here? Because here we want a time constant. La by Ra is called electrical time constant and J by B is called as mechanical time constant. Here I have written La by Ra is the electrical time constant Ta and J by B is the mechanical time constant Tm. So theta s by Va of s is equals to kt by Rab into s into 1 plus Sta. We are substituting here Ta instead of LaRa we are substituting Ta, and instead of Tm we are substituting Ja by B we are substituting Tm, and therefore the equation written here after proper simplification we got this transfer function. So this is the transfer function of the armature control DC motor. Okay. Now armature control DC servo motor, and we will see the same method, that is field control. The same field control means where the field is not constant here, the field will be varying and the armature voltage will be kept constant. So in the similar lines we will be deriving that particular field control of a DC servo motor also. So here, as I already told you, that the DC motor working on a servo mechanism principle is called as a DC servo motor. So we have these servo motor control techniques as armature control and field control, where in the armature control motor we will be controlling the armature voltage and field voltage is kept constant, and here in field control we are controlling the field voltage and therefore armature voltage is kept constant here. So the speed of the control motor DC motor is controlled in these two methods. Okay. Now we will go for the field control on the similar lines, or we can say the same way we can derive the field control of a DC servo motor also. We already told that there are existing two methods of the field control DC motor, that is field control of DC motor is also one of the existing method. So we will see here IF and RF circuit we are drawing, the field control and armature control method, the circuit we are drawing here. If you see here, in the previous one armature control method we have kept the field as constant, the field which you are giving for excitation of the motor we are keeping that as constant in the armature control method. But here we are making the armature voltage constant, and also we are making the that is field not as a constant. So it is the reverse process here, where this was constant in the armature control method. Now in the field control method, this field is kept variable here, and this is kept as constant. So you will see this diagram, you can see that the excitation field and the armature voltage, and also the theta is the output here. By applying the KVL, we get RF into IF plus LF into DIF by dt is equals to Vf. If you are having this circuit, we are applying KVL for this circuit, only IF is flowing here. So we can write RF into IF plus LF into DIF by dt is equals to Vf here. We can write like this. By applying KVL, we can get the equation 1. Now torque is already proportional to here IF. Why it is proportional to IF? Torque is proportional to IF because we see that the torque is proportional to flux. Torque is proportional to flux, but flux is also proportional to the field current. The more the field current, the flux also increases. So we are having a relation between the field current and the flux. Therefore, torque is proportional to IF, and therefore T is equals to KT into IF, where here TF is the constant, KTF is the constant here. So T is equals to KTF into IF, the second equation. Now if you come here, the mechanical system we have to draw for this actually. So we will write theta, torque and J, as well as this friction coefficient, that is we are drawing a dashpot here, B, and here fixed, it is fixed here, okay. Now the differential equations of the mechanical system of this given by J into d square theta by dt square plus B into d theta by dt is equals to T. The same will be written as we are in armature control method. Don't forget this mechanical system equation, the differential equation governing the mechanical system. Governing the mechanical system is given by this equation, third equation. Now the differential equations governing the field control of a DC motor can be written like KTF into IF plus LF into DIF by dt is equals to Vf, and T is equals to KTF into IF. Already we have written, right, first and second equations are written here, and also the third equation also combined here. Now as you know that now what we had in the previous armature control method, now we have to do the Laplace transform for these equations. After applying the Laplace transforms for these equations, what we get is the equations. From that equations again we have to write the transfer function. So we will simplify that and get the transfer function, okay. So these three equations should be now applied the Laplace transforms. As we have to take the Laplace transforms of the equations 1, 2 and 3. So we have, after taking the equations Laplace transforms, we will be having RF into IF of S, because RF IF plus LF into DIF by dt plus VF of S we have taking. So here applying Laplace transform, the T will be becoming S here. RF into IF of S plus LF into SIF of S. Because DIF by dt is converted as S into IF of S is equals to Vf of S here. Now this one torque equation also has KT into IF in the previous equations. After applying Laplace transform, it becomes KTF into IF of S. Now J squared theta plus Bs theta S is equals to T of S in the mechanical system equation. Now this was converted to by Laplace transform, this is converted to this form, Bs theta of S plus is equal to T of S. So we are having a differential equations and converting them to Laplace transforms, and after Laplace transforms we are equating here, equating the equation 5 and 6. So after equating the equation 5 and 6, what we get is here, this is the equation torque equation, and this is the equation mechanical system equation. So KT of F into IF of S is equals to J square theta of S plus Bs into theta of S. Why? Because both are having we can combine these both things, okay. By equating these things, KTF into IF of S is equals to J square theta of S plus Bs into theta of S. So IF of S is equals to S into J square plus B by KTF into theta of S. This is seventh equation. From this equation only we are getting IF of S. As we are having IF of S here, then IF of S, the KTF is sent down the denominator, it becomes the equation 7. Now after getting the seventh equation, we are having the equation number 4. So this is the equation number 4 already written here, and we will be making this fourth equation written as RF into SLF here it is RF into I of s. You can write RF into SL of f into I of s is equals to Vf of s. Okay. So here what he has done, here we are making this RF plus SLF, RF plus SLF as common we are taking and making this IF of s here. As both are having IF of s, we can writing this as common, and Vf of s, the same thing here written. This becomes the 8th equation. Now substituting for IF of s, we get in 7 and 8 equations. This is 7th equation, this is 8th equation. After substituting IF of s value, we get here, this is IF of s value. IF of s is equals to s into gs square plus b by ktf. So this value we are going to substitute in this equation. After substituting in this equation, what we got here is s into js plus b into theta s by ktf. This is complete equation we are substituting here and getting this equation. After getting this equation, we write the right hand side Vf of s as same thing. Now just we have to derive the transfer function. Okay, theta of s by Vf of s equals to ktf by s into Rf plus slf into b plus sj. We are taking the common point here. And after getting this, what you are doing here, we have to just take out RF and B as common here, and we will write the equations. After writing this one, it becomes 1 plus SLF by RF, and here B into 1 plus SG by B. So after seeing these equations, what we are getting here is these two equations are having some time constant. Tm is the mechanical time constant, Tf is the field time constant, and here we are having this Km as constant here, where Ktf by Rfb's are given, and therefore the transfer function for the field control of DC servomotor is given by theta of s by Vf of s is equals to Km by s into 1 plus STf into 1 plus STm. So these transfer functions are derived from the equations of the field control method and armature control method. So those differential equations we are converting into Laplace transforms and equating some terms which are having the common parameters like torque. If they are equating, and we will get the one equation which is having all the terms. After getting all the terms, what we are doing here, we are doing the transfer function form theta of s by Vf of s, and we will get the proper transfer function of this servo motor. So we are completing here the DC servo motor transfer function. In the similar way, we will be having the AC servo motor transfer function also. Okay. So these steps need to be followed for us to get the transfer function. So first we have to know the circuit diagram, then we have to make the mechanical system of that, write the mechanical system governing equations, and after that we have to derive the transfer function. So it is required to derive the transfer function, we require differential equations, we require the mechanical system of that, and also we require the basic formulas of the torque and the basic formulas of the back EMF here. Okay, students, I will be completing this AC servo motor also in the next class, and I am going to conclude this class now. Thank you.